Hey guys, sorry for interrupting. I'm Looney Evans Jr. alongside
Jesse Torres.
and welcome back to another episode. This is episode 47, and
Yay! Always. It's a must.
and this is gonna be our last episode. Sorry.
No, it's not.
Well, no, this is gonna be the last episode that you hear Jesse say Jesse Torres.
Oh my God, it is. It is. Oh my God, it is.
And what I mean is that she's not coming back. It's just gonna be me. She ain't
That's
coming.
it. Sorry, guys.
No. Today not today actually. Yesterday, Saturday, what day was that? September 5th. We went to the movies. We got a little bit of, was that like normalcy?
Normalcy.
Yeah, right? So Jesse and I were talking about going to the movies in another state because in different states they had opened up theaters, and we have missed the theater.
to travel.
So we were willing to travel to different states. It was either in Connecticut, Delaware, or Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And we were planning it, and then little by little things started opening up, and then there was news that there was theaters going to be opening up in New Jersey, and yeah, like this is the opportunity. And plus, the best thing about it is that the movie that I've been wanting to see the most, Tenet, is going to be being released at this time. So I said, yo, Jess, I gotta find a theater. So whatever, I got the tickets. I was really excited, and
he got emotionally excited.
well, because we haven't been to the theater since March. And I know it's like first world problems. Yeah, you haven't been to the movie, so what? You can watch movies at home. But there's a difference between watching a movie in your home versus watching a movie in a theater where there's a big screen.
Yes. And if you guys
surround sound,
yeah.
it's just incredible.
And if you guys been watching us from the beginning, I was never a movie type person, right? And being with you introduced me into this movie life, and we were watching movies every weekend that we were we had our weekend every other weekend, and then we'll have the weekends where we had the kids. If there was a kids movie for that month, we will also go.
Yeah.
So we saw a lot of movies last year. Within our first year of us going out, we saw a lot. I even made
she had a whole list of all the theaters, kept the ticket stubs.
Yes. And so for it to literally, when the pandemic started, it was that weekend, and we saw the last one. I forgot what movie that was.
Onward,
yeah. And then after that, they shut everything down. So we haven't had a movie experience since then. And it really changed us. Not changed us in a bad way, but it was just that was our routine, our date nights, either a date or date nights.
Yeah.
And it got cut off. So for us to go back, it was some type of normalcy in our life.
Yeah. It did bring joy to me because of that anticipation of a movie that you want to see so bad, and then you purchase a ticket in advance so you can have your seating, and you just look forward to that day because you've been wanting to see the movie since you saw trailers of it. And originally this movie was supposed to come out in July, so for us to see it in September, it wasn't too much far apart. But movies like Black Widow, we are been dying to see it, and then we saw it in the trailer that is going to be coming out in November. We're like, yes, finally. I mean, now we're getting the ball rolling. Hopefully nothing happens between now and then, because you just never know. The winter's going to start coming at that time.
Yeah.
Flu season is going to come around, so it may get worse. We don't know. So we're trying to take advantage of the opportunity that's ahead of us now. And that's why I said, yo, Jess, we got to go. And when we got there, of course, you have to wear your mask. And I said, Jess, what about if we're eating? And even in the theater, before the movie starts, they tell you that you can take your mask off when you're eating.
You're drinking and
eating. Yeah, as long as you're eating and drinking, but you got to keep your mask on. And I'm like, but how would they see if we had it on or not? So yeah, the theater, they only allow 40% capacity in the theater. And that was fine with us. There was really no one sitting next to us, so we had our mask lowered. Obviously, I felt uncomfortable keeping the mask on. Jessie wears it all day long at work, so she's already accustomed to that. But we watched the movie, we were comfortable, we ate, even though they didn't have any pizza, and then they didn't have many hot dogs.
They said only hot dogs, and they were like, okay.
Only
let's
one.
Get two. And it was like, oh wait, no, only one.
So, you know, whatever. It wasn't, like, I was so excited. I was like, yo, I can't wait to eat. I can't wait to like have the same things I normally would have when I go to the theater. And there was like one thing taken away from me, another thing. I'm like, you know what? This is not the experience I wanted. But we saw Tenet. What'd you think?
Like, okay. Like we
Your
were
first
saying,
reaction.
Okay. The first half, I was so confused. I said, you know what? If I complain to him now, I don't think we're going back to the movies. Because I wasn't catching up.
Yeah.
I felt confused the first half. But then there's a twist to the movie. And it all makes sense. And you're like, that is dope.
Yeah.
Like, that's so hot.
Yeah.
And from the beginning, and I don't want to like ruin it, but from the beginning there's action like right from the beginning. So that caught me that caught my eyes, because usually like within the first 5 minutes I'm always judging the movies like, oh, I'm not gonna like it. But I mean, I've been good ever since being with you. But that movie was good.
So, yeah, if you're not paying attention from the moment the movie starts, you will get lost. Like, legit get lost. And the thing is, I like movies that challenge my ability to pay attention and understand what's going on as far as the dialogue, the storyline, the characters, and the whole development of the world that you're in when you're watching this, right? But it was getting to the point it was like, what the hell is going on here?
I looked over to you, and when you looked confused, I was like, okay, we're on the same track.
Yeah.
I was like,
so,
I'm not that lost.
I want to say to probably the third act, I looked over to Jesse. I'm like, now this is getting good. But it sucks because it took that long for me, or even Jesse, like your average moviegoers, to be like, yes, this is it. Because a lot of the time during the film, they're trying to explain and develop the world, you know, around these characters, and it's so fast paced. Like she said, like from the beginning, it's like, and this is not a spoiler, but the thing is, you got to meet this guy, then you go to this guy, then you go to that guy, then you go to this guy, and then you find out what this guy has to do with that guy, and it's like so fast, and you're like, what is going on?
You're like, who, what?
So I'm thinking, you know, in the first half, I'm like, maybe this was not a good movie for us to come back to, for at least Jesse, you know, because I didn't want, not that she's not capable, but I wanted us to just sit and enjoy, even though the action was fast-paced and it was good. From an action standpoint, man, Christopher Nolan did an amazing job, the director.
And we saw it in Dolby.
Dolby
Theater.
Sound Theater.
Yeah. Which was amazing.
Oh
to
my
watch
god!
That in.
Yeah, the sound effects from the guns and all that.
If you guys don't know what it is, Dolby is where it's like the motion.
Everything, you feel it in your seats.
Yeah, the even the picture is even
it's
top.
clear. Yeah.
So when you feel in your seat, like when they're fighting or when there's any type of movement, you're like, ooh, like it feels good.
Yeah, no, it's dope. It's a dope experience.
You feel like you're in there, like in the movie.
Yeah. So being that it was our first time going back, I feel like this was a great movie because there was a lot of action, a lot of things going on. The sound was great, and it was like the perfect movie to go back to. But like I said, once you get to the third act, that's when things start taking off, man. They start, like, everything starts to make sense. You start understanding the film. Now you're enjoying it, and there's even more action at the end that just takes over the film, and you are just blown away.
Which, that's why I loved it, because in the beginning it was action, even though we didn't know what the heck was going on, right? But there was action. So even if you don't understand, you see action, you understand that.
Yeah.
But then when that part came where it turned everything around, it wasn't just that one part and then it dragged out the rest of it. It literally was until the end of the movie that it was action, and it was just incredible. Like, for me, it was.
Yeah, and the movie stars John David Washington, which is Denzel Washington's son, and Robert Pattinson, the guy who was in Twilight and now is the new Batman. Man, they did an amazing job. And then there are certain things, like I'm telling Jess, like I'm watching John David Washington play, and I'm like, wow, there are so many mannerisms of Denzel Washington, of his, like the way he looks, the way he moves, his body language, the way he speaks. And I think this guy's gonna be like the next big thing as far as actors are concerned. Like, he's coming up.
Denzel Washington's my biggest crush.
Yeah, I know. But this guy,
you guys didn't know that.
He's doing an amazing job. He was in the movie Black Klansman, which Spike Lee directed, which was very good too, and Adam Driver was in it. But that's another story. What I'm saying is that just all around, man. And then, like, the highway chase scene, you see it in the trailer. This is by far the most, I want to say, overall, the most creative action movie I've ever seen in my life. The way everything, all the sequences and everything, like the reversing. You see all this stuff in the trailer. It's not a, not a.
It's like you're
a spoiler.
Yeah, it's not. This is not a spoiler.
But
it's you're moving forward and backwards at the same time.
Yo, it's like, mind blowing, bro.
Things are going, and it's like that's where you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Because things are literally going forward and backwards at the same time, and you have to understand what point is it that you have to focus on.
Yeah, and the trailer also too. And I've seen a lot of reviews of this as well. The trailer, if you watch the trailer, is gonna give you a different view of what the movie is, which is kind of disappointing because I thought
focusing on that
whole reversing
point,
thing. Yeah, your whole focus because of the trailer, you're thinking that everything is in reverse, but there are just certain parts where they are, and when they are in reverse,
they execute it.
Yo, it's incredible, man. And I love movies that have to deal with time travel. I love the whole concept of time. I'm obsessed with time, and time traveling movies are my favorite, like Back to the Future and Endgame, stuff like that. Those are my favorite to watch. So watching this, man, blew me away. The whole creativity, the idea of it, the whole concept, it's really good. I do recommend people to go see it. If you have the opportunity to go see it in a theater, you should go see it. Not in your regular theater, go see it in Adobe or IMAX, something where it's gonna blow you away by the visuals or the sound. It's really good. And if you're looking for something to start your way back into the theater and some normalcy, I would recommend that.
Yeah.
You know,
I think we were excited.
Yeah. And I want to go back.
As we were watching the trailer, I was like, yeah, I want to watch that one and that one.
Like, I want to watch
that one too.
Yeah. So one of the movies that we saw at home as a trailer is a movie with Russell Crowe called Unhinged.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, that we have to see. If you haven't seen, look at that trailer. Unhinged, Russell Crowe. That is a movie that it's already out in certain theaters, but
that's the one we were actually doing the search on.
Yeah, we were gonna go see that first.
Places.
Yeah, but only because Tenet wasn't out at the time, so we were gonna go see it. But we're gonna go see that eventually. It's just between now and the whole wedding coming up soon, and then a honeymoon. We may even see it on our honeymoon. Who knows how we're gonna go about it? But I am excited to see what continues to come out as time moves forward with the theaters opening up. I even know that the gyms have opened up, and I even asked some of my friends, like, how does it feel now that things are opening up and you're back to like your normal routine at the gym? Some people love it, but they hate that they have to wear the mask, so it's hard for them to breathe. So that's where the issue begins. And I'm like, I want to go back to the gym, but I do a lot of cardio when I was at the gym, and I cannot see myself trying to catch my breath on an elliptical or treadmill, and I'm just gonna flat out lose conscious of oxygen and just pass out. I don't want to go through that. So, certain things are good. I know soon they're going to be opening up diners inside.
I think they started this weekend at 25% capacity inside.
So things little by little, things are becoming back to normal.
Yeah. It's just, having the mask and making sure that everybody's staying safe and all this stuff. I think it's... Oh, another thing that caught our eyes was we went grocery shopping today.
Oh, yeah. Another thing. Yeah. This may be old news.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure you've noticed this, but it didn't dawn on me until today. I think for us.
Yeah. The thing is that since we were talking about like normalcy and getting back to some type of normalcy, right? At one point, in the beginning of the pandemic, everything was gone, like out of the shelf. Like there was like aisles missing and a lot of stuff. So today going shopping, not that I haven't been shopping this whole time.
Oh, of course, no. When you have 3 kids, you're shopping every day.
There, yeah. But we were actually like paying attention to the shelves kind of, and we were realizing like, wow, everything is fully stocked. Like it's back to normal. And like there's toilet paper, there's like the essential stuff that everybody was, that everything was running out of. Yeah. It was back to normal. And we're like, wow, it feels pretty good. Like...
It does. And I was telling Jesse, I was like, I remember when we came, like in the beginning when everything was happening, you couldn't find any canned goods.
we saw some spaghetti meatballs, right? Yeah. And I was like, wow. No, you said,
because you said to me about Louis, like,
because Louis has been talking about like wanting spaghetti meatballs. So then I was like, oh yeah, we have that at home, but we didn't give it to him because I actually cooked the food. Make the food. So then I was like, yeah, but we have that when we thought the world was ending.
Yeah.
I bought it, but you should have seen the shelf. Like, it was fully packed.
All the foods are full.
That's when we were like, wow, that's so crazy, because back then there wasn't anything.
Yeah,
and
the
like,
paper towels was available
yeah,
too.
you were buying
toilet
this type
paper.
of food because you just didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't know.
You didn't know what was gonna happen, so it was just like, all right, if we need to be on shutdown, well, we have food that you could easily make and not have an issue.
Yeah.
So, but that was something that caught.
Yeah, it was just things are thankfully coming back to normal little by little. It's unfortunate of what's been going on in the past couple of months and this year alone, but I do have high hopes for the future that things will get better. But people are saying things might get worse before they get better, because now we're gonna be getting to that flu season, and the fall's coming. Summer's almost over. It's close enough. And school's gonna be starting. There's a lot of different things going on, and it's just like you don't want to think bad, but you're kind of like mentally preparing yourself, like it may just get worse than what it was. And now it's like we have to mentally, emotionally, physically prepare for what's going to happen next, but try to live in the moment, like go to the movies and to dinner and stuff like that, and that's what we're trying to do, and that's what we did. So we want to share that story with you guys.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to tell them?
No, I think that covers everything.
All right, well, this is our story,
and we're sticking to it. Next time you see us, we'll be married.
Peace, guys. You won't see her again. This is the last time.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm out.
Yeah. Bye.
Peace.